Isn't it about time the Indian government should stop lying? Isn't it about time that India should stop engaging in diplomatic nonsense that it has been engaging? Isn't it about time Narendra Modi should rethink his domestic and foreign policies? Isn't it about time Indians should get their secularism back? It doesn't matter how you look at things. Mr. Nijar, who was killed by Indian agents a few months ago, has become a symbol of resistance. He has become a hero to many. And millions of people now know the name of Harjit Singh Nijar. And millions of people know his name now. So India should rethink its foreign policy. Questions have come up, like, how does Indian law define someone as a terrorist? How does Indian law treat the so-called terrorists of our country? The Unlawful Prevention Act classifies the Unlawful Prevention Act of India has been vehemently criticized by Human Rights Rapporteur, and also the Unlawful Prevention Act of India has been vehemently criticized by Human Rights Rapporteur of the United Nations and other human rights organizations to be a draconian law. And in India, someone can be designated as a terrorist without following the due judicial process. So the question remains whether Mr. Nijar was a terrorist or not, or whether he was revolutionary, or whether he was a man who was a hero to millions. Probably many Sikhs in India do not want independence or do not support the Khalistan movement. But the truth is, Mr. Nijar has become a hero to many of them, and I'm sure they will start rethinking and reassessing their position regarding the Khalistan issue. I think the Five Eyes countries are now united in their findings that Mr. Nijar was a victim of extrajudicial killing. India can't keep its unity by using force. Indians have voted a fanatic, a fascist, like Mr. India has voted a fanatic and fascist like Narendra Modi to power, who was banned from entering the US before he became the Prime Minister of India. And he supports organizations like RSS, which is nothing but a copycat of Mussolini's black shirt. So, what is the future? The future is India should bring back secularism to that country, because Indian constitution is already a pseudo-secular constitution. India has been engaging in draconian laws to persecute the other minority religious communities like Muslims. Indian policy regarding India amended the constitution and kept the entire Kashmir part of India under landlock. India amended the constitution to keep the entire state of Kashmir in a kind of curfew for months. And this Khalistan movement, I'm sure, is going to get momentum, because the movement has got attention of millions of people who now obviously agree that India is taking extrajudicial measures to curb separatist movements. India is already having troubles in Manipur, in Punjab, in Kashmir, and in many parts. India had taken over princely states like Sikkim and Hyderabad by blackmailing or and by manipulating the leaders of those states, princely states, after the British had left. Before the partition of India, 1947, Muslims and Hindus were having serious troubles. Muslims were feeling discriminated. And that's why many riots flared up, and the Muslim leaders had demanded separation from India because they said after a series of riots that the British should have a divided India or a destroyed India. So to keep India intact, India should go back to secularism. Otherwise, India will again have an issue. Otherwise, India will see far more partitions. India will see the unity disintegrating piece by piece.